phloem, which transport fluid, nutrients, within a vine's tissues and through these vessels into a branch. You cut into a stalk of celery. You can see the tiny nodes that are the vascular tissues that circle the stalk. When you cut a branch off from the vine, it doesn't take long for the branch to lose all of its fluid and wither, devoid of nutrients. It has no purpose save as kindling for the fire. Years ago, a priest I work with preached a Lenten sermon on losing his prayer life. In the midst of the busyness of parish priesthood, he lost the discipline, he lost the direction, the motivation to pray, and he let go of the pattern that once nourished his spiritual life and his work. He preached this sermon in the spirit of encouraging others who might have lost their way in prayer to know that they weren't alone. But I'll never forget the conversations that people had with me about how upsetting this sermon was for them to hear. They told me what I depend on in my priest more than anything else is to know they pray, is to know they're connected to God. I need them to be faithful to their prayer because so often I cannot. I learned from this experience that when a priest loses her way and needs to have her prayer life rejuvenated and refreshed, which happens to every single one of us, she should talk to someone and get the encouragement she needs, but not preach on it. And I learned something else. I learned that of all the things that I think the people I serve expect and want from me, that none are as important as staying connected to my source. Clergy often operate under the illusion that we are expected to do everything and know everything and be good at everything, the finances and budget and canons and property, the outreach, the fellowship, the teaching, the programs, surrounded by a sea of talented members of our community. We still have that feeling that we need to do it all. We need to have oversight. We need to take responsibility for leading the community, but we don't need to be specialists at everything. We do need to stay connected to the source of our life, the source of our spiritual leadership, the source for our faith community. The subject of clergy feeling frustration in their work, I want to share with you the gift that I'm giving to Greg for his ordination. I'm not going to open it because I don't want to take all the suspense away, but I am counting on the rest of you to give Greg the books of common prayer and Bibles and stoles, the pyx and Holy Communion set, so that his sacramental ministry will be supported. My gift is a tool for spiritual leadership. My gift is a tool we clergy use all too infrequently to our peril and to the peril of those that we serve. No human being can care for and serve a community of people and not get frustrated and angry now and then. Jesus did, we do. But what do we do when we get angry? Many of us deny it and try to be a perfectly spiritual, non-anxious presence. We talk ourselves out of it. We tell ourselves we shouldn't be, or we ignore it, and then we take it out on the wrong person. So Greg, I give you this tool for ministry in the hopes you will use it when the soccer field is not enough to dispel the frustration that will naturally show up as you are doing God's work. Find a way to vent frustration. Now, I hope you will pardon the swearing. but it does often aid one when venting. My gift is called a damn it doll. I will leave what it looks like as a surprise for Greg, but I'm going to share what's written and sewn into the back. And these are the words. Whenever things don't go so well and you want to scream and yell, here's a little damn it doll that you can't do without. Just grasp it firmly by the legs and find a place to slam it. And as you whack the stuffing out, yell, damn it, damn it, damn it. A tool for ministry. A tool that will allow health and love to abound in your community by facing and venting the frustrations that are part of any vibrant, thriving ministry. There is a tradition in ordination sermons to give a charge to the ordinand, a tradition that I intend to keep, but one that I want to briefly preface. While I was Associate Dean of Berkeley, I was a member of a group of clergy that met with the police chief each month to work on community safety. And attending the swearing in of the new police chief was a very moving ceremony for me. The police processed down the center aisle of chairs in City Hall. In their crisp uniforms, the new police chief's mother read a scripture lesson. Members of the clergy group led us in prayer. We sang his favorite hymn. Beautiful music accompanied the conferral of his new title and responsibility as he made a vow to serve the city. That Sunday, when he showed up in his Episcopal church, the one that he had grown up in New Haven, yes, this is an Episcopal police chief, there was no liturgy. There was no vows. There was no ritual. There was no acknowledgement of the vocational significance of his elevation and call to life-saving Christian service in the world. Nothing for the ladies' service in the world like the priests and the bishops who serve our church. Baptismal vocations of all people are the bedrock of our Christian faith. And